I thought on paper it's going to be really close. We looked like mirror images of each other, and that's exactly what we got. I thought we did so many good things, as did they. Again, you just have to be really disciplined in order to stop a good team. And, we had a lot of good stretches, but just didn't make enough plays. But that's a couple matches now where that's happened for us, and it's very frustrating. But, again, credit to us. Again, you look at the numbers, and, I'd hit them, and, I'd defend them, and all those things, and we still lose. So, I like where we're going. I like our trajectory. We just got to be tougher in those moments at the end.
Coach, do you guys think, fans will be interested to know if you guys are still worthy of hosting the tournament coming up?
Oh, I think those are two really good teams that just played. And I think both sides showed it. It was really good volleyball. I think those are definitely two of the top 16 teams in the country. But that's not up to me. And, we put ourselves in a position where, you can leave some doubt. And so that's on us. And, again, we're just trying to get better. And, hopefully we're playing our best ball here in another week. But, again, I thought I thought both sides did a lot of really good things. And I think it was a pretty entertaining volleyball match.
Despite the outcome, how do you feel your players were able to respond in the end of that third set after you're calling all those timeouts to kind of slow momentum and give you guys a chance to get back into that third set and win it there?
Yeah, I think they went on like an 8-point run in that third set, and again, just, that was killer. Again, the frustration for me is what we've been talking about is I'd like to see us bounce back quicker from things, If you make a bad pass or whatever, it's okay, just get the next one because we're so capable of going on a run ourselves and getting back into it. And that was exactly a case in point, right? Like we can go down 8 against a great team like that, and then here we are playing do sets, long into the night. And, again, we just lulled there for too long. And again, that could have been a sweep. So again, these are just lessons we have to learn, and we're just learning them the hard way, which is frustrating. But again, I hope we can take it moving forward.
Coach, you talk about Daly. I know she confined the injury bug a little bit. How would you think of her tonight?
Oh, I'm just so happy to have her out there. Again, it wasn't her best performance that she's ever had, but again, so many good things that she brought, and I wish she could have that. She would like to have that 8-point run back, that rotation. But again, I thought she responded really well the next two sets when we had that same matchup, and they stopped serving her on it. So nice to have. She was an aggressive server in the fifth set, which we needed. And again, just a calming presence. But yeah, definitely good to have her out there, especially get her a couple matches before playoffs. I think that's important.
Coach, Naomi is such young players showing so much talent tonight. What are you hoping to see from her in the next couple of matches?
Who is that, Noemi? Is that what you said? Yeah, I thought she had a lot of really nice swings. She's been, the connection with her and Chris has just been getting better and better as the season goes on, which is super important for us. Again, probably a couple swings she wish she could have back too, but I like that she was aggressive at the end. And again, she's got to stay aggressive in those big moments to learn how to execute those. But I thought she did that well tonight. And tough matchup. They have two really good outsides that just get set a ton of balls and can move the ball around and manufacture points. And I thought she did a nice job getting a lot of positive block touches. So I love all the things she's doing and how much she's growing.
Obviously, this is a big improvement over the last two top 10 matchups you guys have had, but still not the results you guys were looking for. So I'm just wondering, is there anything in those first two sets that you saw that you thought was different from previous top 10 matchups this season that you think you guys can still build on going into the playoffs?
No, I don't know about anything different from the other matchups. I think each one of those matchups had its own story. I feel like we were very prepared for this one, as were they, and I thought that was, again, a very even match. What I'd like to see, and a little bit of a habit we've had, I think definitely with Washington SC in this match, have been that we start out serving pretty aggressive and then we back off as the match goes on, whether that's tired or we get afraid to miss or whatever that is. And again, that's when things, they start hitting better. And I thought that was the biggest difference of the first two sets from on, is that we just, I thought we missed a couple, it spooked us, and then we got really tentative serving, and you can't do that. You have to stay aggressive, to make them a little bit more predictable, get their middles off the net. And again, their middles are so good that we need to be able to do that. And, we did that pretty well in the first two sets and we backed off. So again, to me, it's mentality, right? Again, that killer instinct that you're just going to keep going for it, whether it's 0.1 or 0.30 or 29 or whatever. And again, we're just not doing that long enough. We're doing it better. We're growing, but again, just not long enough.
Coach, you touched on it quickly, but Chicoine and Hudson are two of some of the best outside hitters in the conference, and Hudson one of the best one of the top 15 in the country. What did you see from your defense schematically that allowed you guys to have success against them, especially in those first two sets?
Yeah, again, I think it started with the serving. I thought we served well enough that I thought they had really tough swings in the first 2 sets that they had to score on, and we were able to slow them down enough and transition some of those. And then again, I thought our serving got more tentative, and they got much more rhythmic opportunities. I thought we made some good adjustments, defensively, but our block, again, we're such a good blocking team at times and then so out of control at others. Like we're trying to block every ball, and that can't be what you're doing. You got to set up a good solid block for your defense to play around. And again, just for us, like we just weren't disciplined for long enough. Again, the crazy thing about our sport is that we outscored them, just like we did the SC match, and we lost. Right, it's crazy, and you statistically do them in almost everything, and you lose, and that's happened with this one and SC. And had we won by 2, everybody would be happy. So I try not to play that game. I try to understand, like, wow, we did a lot of really good things. Again, we just need to continue to handle it ourselves, and we need to stay disciplined under pressure longer. And I totally believe that's something that we can do. Again, I saw much more brighter moments for us in long periods of time. A lot of really good things we've been working on. So I'm very encouraged by it. We would like to win, obviously, but good progression.
Last question.
Entering the last season or the last game actually on Saturday or Friday, against UCLA, I mean, what's your kind of take on the Big Ten in your first year so far as the competition?
Oh, I think I'm going to need like a week away, maybe a Christmas and a New Year's, and then I'll digest and think about it. I think the one thing that I've really noticed just from what I do is really difficult to practice plan. It's hard to get in a rhythm and hard to set up practices that are going to help you grow to get better. Again, like this week, we had one practice before this one. We have like an hour practice probably at UCLA tomorrow before we play again, and that's all our practices for the week. And we've had a lot of weeks that are kind of like that. So it's more of like just preparing for games as opposed to continually practicing for growth, which isn't a ton of fun for a coach. I like to see that growth. So we've had to learn a lot in competition as opposed to in practice. But credit our team. I think they've handled it beautifully. I really think they've done a great job. I hear no complaints from them. They're up for every match, and they're playing great teams night in and night out. Again, you have this match, and then you have to quickly turn around, get on a plane, and go play at UCLA. That's the world that we're in this conference, and I think there's nothing else you'd rather do.